Well, I'm all the way in England, and I feel, firstly, let me get to that sometimes we're always, as black people, trying to get one over one another. I don't think we necessarily trust each other, which is a sad thing. Um, we like to put this lie across that we're very united as a people, but we're not. And I think that's very sad. Many years ago, I used to work for a service that was aimed at black people living with mental illness. And I found that the manager, one of the counselor, had been in a managerial post. That organization closed, funding was lost, but her salary was covered. So she went to go and work for the service is good now, Harsden Resource Centre. But the manager of the Harsden Resource Centre was getting less than her. And the manager would always bring up all the time that she was getting paid less than the counselor. And they used to argue and argue and argue. I hated working there. This is why when people say you must give back to the black community and whatever, whatever, and I just hated it. Then I decided to work for a service that is aimed at gay men or men who have sex with men. And it's exactly the same. People arguing. It was badly organized, not supportive. I had to leave that one to go and do for London Lighthouse, which is basically white controlled, not black. They do have sections aimed at African community and the black British community and etc. 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 But I went for a black community one, and it was just really, really poorly run. Really treated people in an abysmal fashion. My family, I know, we're okay. We're not always trying to get one over. We're not just Little House on the Prairie. We're kind of like a mixture of the Osbournes, the Addams family, and probably a dash of the Little House, probably a dash of the Waltons. It's smidgen. We're not always trying to get. We're done. I never know my sisters and I are trying to get one over on each other, or gossip. We have extended family. We do meet. We do have certain ones we do not mind, but they come from the old country, i.e. Nigeria, and it can be a pain in the ass when they want to know your business. And I'm very private. I'm gay. I'm very proud of my being gay, but I just don't like being asked 20 questions by anybody. So I think it's not that you really are that they're very interested in me. It's just I think they want to know something to gossip about or stick their nose in because they feel that if I'm related to you, I have a right to ask you these questions. And I think to myself, no, you don't. I always say if someone asks me if you got a girlfriend, I'm gonna say I don't answer questions like that. If I told them that I'm a homosexual, I think they will probably flip their lids. My mom, I told her in 1992, so she's fine. She, she had a stroke 5 years ago, but prior to that, she was about it. Um, but I just feel it's that. Then I decided, like, I was when I was 20. What am I now? I'm 41 now. I went to Let's Rap, which was a service, social group aimed at gays and lesbians. Not gays and lesbians. I take that back. Aimed at gay men and bisexual men. And I found it to be the most nastiest place I've ever been. It was very, very cliquey. If you weren't part of the clique, you were totally ignored. I feel that everybody has a right to say who does and does not come into their homes. But when you have people, when I was a 24-year-old, I felt very rejected because they'll bring pictures of them holding a drink and drinking like so and like so, and I felt, what's wrong with me? And this is what I feel like they weren't being sociable, they weren't being friendly, they were just very unpleasant. And as a result of that, that was when I was 21. I will not. The same person who runs Let's Rap does a same something run by Pace, which is in London, aimed at black, gay, and bisexual men. And I won't go. It may not even be exactly the same, but I've been in a group of a lot of black gay men, and they just don't know how to behave. If you don't look a certain way, I must be an utter cunt to you. Excuse my language. And I just really just have had enough, and I just don't, you know, we're too busy to shit on each other. And I feel that history has shown that the slavery didn't happen just because the white man came. there's lots of fellow Africans who helped catch their oops, that fellow oops, gonna focus. Fellow Africans. But I think there's hope. There's hope. We must never give up on hope. If we put our heart and soul into it, then we will get what we want. I don't believe there is not a single united black community in Africa, in the Caribbean, in Europe, in the UK, in the United States. They are there. There are the Huxtables do exist. There are black gay men that are respectful of each other. I've said it in one of my other blogs before, Anthony. I talked about how South African gay men, even if not remotely attracted to you, they'll be friendly and warm and tactile. Majority of them, not every single last one of them, which is something I don't find here in the UK and Europe, and I heard in even the States. So I really think that we've got a long way to go. We are capable of healing, but there's a question one needs to ask ourselves: do we want to heal? I certainly do. But certain members of the gay community, black gay community, and the black community does frustrate me. Where you have to do things a certain way. If you don't do things, you're not part of the black community. And my sisters do frustrate me. My brother does frustrate me. But we're not trying. I've never known my sisters to try and get one up on each other. They think they know it all, but they've never tried to get one up each other or gossip about each other. No, never have. Never have. Anyway, I end it there. That's my response.